including the last round. 10-point scoring system, the 3 judges who will do the scoring, and the ringside physician here has the authority to stop the fight at any time he deems it proper.
All right, Seldon and McGhee, let's meet the fighters. First, let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Trump Castle Hotel and Casino by the Bay in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Tonight, Top Rank Incorporated and the King of Beers, Budweiser, who bring the world the war on Monday, June 12th between Leonard and Hearns tonight, present professional boxing on ESPN for your entertainment. These bouts are sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Deputy Commissioner Lawrence Wallace, and the chairman is Jerry Gormley. The scoring will be done by 3 judges, Al DeVito, John Stewart, and Milo Savage. Chief physician at ringside, Dr. Frank B. Doggett. Attending physicians, Dr. Paul Williams and Dr. Charles Wilson. The alternating referees will be Ted Pick and Frank Cappuccino, with the alternate counting for the knockdown seconds, and the timekeeper is Arthur Spell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started with 4 rounds in the heavyweight division. The referee for this first bout is Ted Pick. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the white trunks with black and red trim and weighs an even 217 pounds. From right here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, undefeated as a professional with a record of 3-0, all by knockout victory, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce, the Atlantic City Express Seldon. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. He weighs 232 3/4 pounds. He's from Welch, West Virginia. As a professional, 6-3. 4 of those 6 victories by knockout. Introducing Jesse the Tank McGhee.
Okay, I gave you the instructions. Have any questions for me? All right, I got one pet peeve. When I tell you to break, I want you to break. Is that understood? Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
All right, we've got McGhee, who has a record of 6-3. His last fight, he was beaten by Ray Mercer. He's called the Tank. I think it becomes evident why. Bruce Seldon is 6'1", weighs 217. McGhee has got 232 3/4 pounds packed on a 5'7" frame. Seldon in the white trunks and McGhee in the black.
Seldon is the second heavyweight prospect, if you will. Oh, that McGhee's facing right away, and he's hurt immediately.
Thunderous right hand drove McGhee back into his corner. Another one hits him high on the forehead and hurts.
Well, McGhee faced Ray Mercer, the Olympic champion, his last time out, and got knocked out in 3. Bruce Seldon's probably thinking to himself, I'd like to make some comparisons here.
Well, McGhee seems wide open for a right hand, Al, and Seldon has really nailed him with some devastating shots. McGhee's a little hurt.
Yeah, he is. Jesse told us earlier today he's got to get inside, which of course is obvious. Said I wasn't aggressive against Mercer, and in fact Jesse's lost his last couple of fights. He said I've been standing on the outside waiting with guys, and that's what happened to him here with Seldon.
He's going to have a good left hand, being as short as he is, to work his way inside. He's got 4 knockouts, 6-3 for a record. Took some thunderous blows from Seldon here to start this fight. Things have suddenly slowed and quieted.
Seldon kind of just backed off.
He might have said to himself, what do I have to hit this guy with? Ted Pick, the official, or a ring post or something? He really nailed McGhee. McGhee with his head down is going to be fair game for another series of thunderous right hands if he isn't careful. Belted another one. Ted Pick, the official, steps between these 2 big men. Oh, right hand high on the forehead of McGhee, thrown by Seldon.
Well, Jesse McGhee wide open right now. This 21-year-old is throwing real wide looping punches and leaving himself open, and Seldon has hit him with some thunderous shots, as you say.
Pumps a left to the body. McGhee, a wild left hand.
Right, step back, step back, step back.
Seldon has knocked out everybody he's fought. 3 guys, 3 knockouts. McGhee 25% in the knockout department. Oh, Seldon switches to the southpaw stance all of a sudden.
Interesting.
Now he's back to orthodox.
His trainer, Carmen Graziano, very high in the prospects for Bruce Seldon. He really feels he's a heavyweight that could make some noise.
He's had a very big opening round here against McGhee. I don't know where that would put him in the heavyweight scheme of things, but we'll be back to see how round 2 goes. It's scheduled for 4. McGhee continues to take some punishment on the ropes. We'll be back right after this.
Here's the right hand that Bruce Seldon really nailed McGhee with, and we zoom our way right back into live action.
On number 2, it's scheduled for 4. These men are obviously heavyweights. The Tank, that's Jesse McGhee, 232 3/4 pounds, though he's only 5'7". And Bruce Seldon at 6'1" and 217 in the white trunks. Tougher guy would have gone down, and justifiably so, in that opening round. McGhee took some thunderous punches.
Yeah, and I saw Jesse McGhee take the same kind of shots against Mercer, who was a very big puncher, of course. Our fans on ESPN have seen him.
McGhee's getting in some licks of his own now here in round 2, Al. He was working to the body good against Seldon. Hit him a pretty good shot to the face a moment ago.
Starting to get the left hook in a little bit, and there you see the big edge for Seldon. McGhee landing only 10 of 40 punches.
Ted Peck is the referee, in case you've just joined us. We're in round 2. You from Trump Castle in Atlantic City.
Big left hook by McGhee. A subtle change here. It's almost impossible to see because it's so short on the inside. He's landing his jab, McGhee. He's landing a solid jab on the inside there. This is wild.
McGhee covering up, and Seldon has him in McGhee's corner, trying to level.
Not very artistic, Tom, but it is
a fight.
Exciting.
It's a fight.
And with that last shot, they were almost in your lap. We put you right there where the action is.
Seldon is in the white trunks, McGhee in the black. The man's been down, though McGhee had every right to hit the deck in round number 1. They've thrown a lot of punches, these two big guys, and for a moment now they seem a bit spent as they lean against each other.
Yes.
With just under a minute to go in round number 2.
Welt under the left eye of McGhee, bothering him a bit. Nobody wants to throw right here. As you said, they're tired.
They've thrown a lot of punches. They've expended a lot of energy. Seldon covering up quite well. Popped in a little uppercut a moment ago. McGhee comes back with one of his own. Nice work by Seldon. Steps away and banks to the body. Comes back with the left hook. McGhee, though, pressing on right up. His face buried in the chest of Seldon. Trying to find some punching room inside to hurt the big guy, the taller guy. McGhee's punches out, as you pointed out earlier, are really taking the circuitous route. They're coming by, it's overland, really, instead of direct mail. No question about it. There's the bell, and that ends round number 2. We go back to the corner with Seldon. Well, he's got great size, and he's got a body. Looks like somebody chiseled it out of a granite wall. 6'1", 217.
Get inside, you got the talent. You got shots in the knee that you knock out. Double up your whole head. You see what I'm saying? You got to drop down and hit that fight and you win your inside. This is the only way. Don't struggle with the inside.
Bruce, let's make this an easy fight. He'll never hit you. Keep on the end of your jab. Don't start your jab from inside. Start it from outside and circle. Bring it back from back around. I guarantee he'll get frustrated and you'll knock it out. Stay with the jab. Good snapping jab.
It's that left hand that we thought may have hurt Bruce Seldon, but it really didn't land that squarely. Did push him back, though.
Here we go with round number 3, scheduled for 4 between these two heavyweights. They come out and touch gloves. That's Bruce Seldon, the taller of the two men, with his back to you. He's in the white trunks. Jesse McGhee.
And this just in from Bob Canobio and Logan Hobson of our punch profile. 51% of Seldon's jabs are landing in this bout. That's a real nice percentage for Bruce Seldon.
He sticks out a jab there, and McGhee whistles a left hook right back at him. right hand as Seldon caught McGhee leaning the other way and popped him with the right hand as he moved away. Now he swings to the southpaw stance. Al Bernstein's scorecard. Seldon has won both rounds on his card.
Even though McGhee did better in that second round, much better. I thought Seldon still landed more sharp punches.
Most recent fighter we've seen, Al, at about this size, but with, I would say, with considerably more skills. Orlin Norris, of course, the heavyweight.
Well, yeah, Orlin Norris. You mean as far as short heavyweights? Yeah. Saw him against Greg Page, and that's a good right hand by McGhee. Orlin makes his size work for him. A big uppercut.
By Seldon. Boy, I tell you, they aren't holding a thing back, either one of them.
McGhee is just a wild brawler. There he just falls down, but he is a tough guy.
No knockdown, he just fell. Some, I'm sure, from exhaustion. Other just that Seldon stepped away from him. McGhee was leaning against him.
Well, Jesse's used to abuse. He's a Little League umpire back home.
Verbal, that kind, of course. I dare say nobody knowing what he does when he's not behind the plate would ever really choose him.
That's true.
Because Jesse McGhee is one tough customer. Seldon has had his way with them for the most part here, though McGhee has landed an occasional shot. Seldon really has landed the more thunderous punches.
Jesse does not really get his body into the left hooks he throws. They're all arm punches. Bruce Seldon uses a very good uppercut. It's a punch he works well. There it is. There's the uppercut.
Series of punches. McGhee taking all of them. Hard to miss. He's right in front of Seldon. Seldon's biggest problem is getting room to punch as McGhee leans into him.
Nice job of using the uppercut. Mercer used it against McGhee, and Jesse's really battered now.
Pick the referee taking a long look at McGhee, who seems to be floundering more than ever now as round 3 comes to a close. We'll be back.
Years after their first battle, two fighters resume one of boxing's great rivalries. Now they step into the ring again for the long-awaited rematch. This time, the war is on. Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hitman Hearns go to battle on June 12th at Caesar's Palace.
Ladies and gentlemen, Budweiser presents the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Bruce Seldon's uppercut so effective against the shorter McGhee, and boy, look at it there in round 3.
And between rounds, why the subject was McGhee's well-being, and was he able to continue? And his corner convinced the New Jersey state officials, who were right on top of the corner, questioning him at length whether or not he was fit to continue. Referee Ted Pickett come over, and now Seldon popping away at him, and Seldon belting him almost without return. Puts McGhee in a position of maybe having this thing stop. Jesse is not about to give up without belting somebody in return, though.
Bruce Seldon is tired. He tired himself with that exchange. And if Jesse McGhee had a little more to offer here, he could get after Bruce Seldon.
Well, Seldon has really, he may have taken a lot out of himself, Al, but he has taken an awful lot out of McGhee, and really punished him.
Well, he really has, and but Bruce Seldon, one thing he's going to have to work on is, I think, is his stamina, because you can tell he's a little bit fatigued here.
This is round 4, fourth and final round of this heavyweight bout. Seldon, the taller of the two men, white trunks trimmed in red.
One thing Bruce Seldon, well, there's a couple things he's shown us in this bout. One, a good jab, very good uppercut, and has gone downstairs to the body pretty well also.
McGhee, a welt under his left eye. He's been hammered from one side of the ring to the other. I thought in the closing moments of round 3, the referee was very, very close to stopping the bout. A lot of conversation in the corner. And they got round 4 underway. Round 4 is just a bit slow in pace. Seldon taking some shots now and returning a few, but McGhee continues to crowd him into the ropes. Seldon, the taller of the two men, but I don't know if that's always an advantage, Al, to fight a shorter fighter. I'm sure it has its good points, but popping right hand by Seldon and McGhee, and then the uppercut.
That uppercut is the key for Seldon. If he's going to get Jesse McGhee out of there, it's going to be with the uppercut.
Working to the body, a chopping, clubbing right hand, all thrown by Seldon. Nothing in return from McGhee. There's a weak effort, a pawing right hand, and Ted Pick is very close to stopping this fight, I'm sure. He's looking in very closely, and boy, he is really looking McGhee over. McGhee gets a left hand right flush in the face.
A lot of swelling under both eyes now, Jesse McGhee is.
Uppercut again now.
Final seconds of this bout, but as you pointed out, they may look to stop it anyway.
McGhee not offering much in the way of a challenge for Seldon here. Takes a half a dozen punches, throws one, and Seldon pretty tired himself. There's the bell. Well, if you're going to talk about tough guys, you got to talk about Jesse McGhee. He is some tough customer.
He is indeed, and if Bruce Seldon was looking for comparisons, let's say with Ray Mercer, he was not able to take McGhee out of there as Mercer did in the third round. Certainly battered Jesse. And this young man from West Virginia, you know, is in over his head against some of these young heavyweight prospects.
The left eye will be closed by the time he gets to the shower. Swelling underneath it has all but closed it now.
Seldon would like very much to believe that at 22 he's a heavyweight of the future. He may well be. He's got to work a little bit on that stamina, and but he shows, and you can see Carmen Graziano has worked with him hard on a lot of the different skills. He's got a good jab, a good uppercut, Tom, works the body pretty well, and so you know he's not unskilled.
And a magnificent physique, if that has anything in the way of good stead as far as winning a title or becoming one of the top heavyweights in the world. He certainly is built well.
I mentioned he's chiseled in that. He is.
So Michael Buffer's collecting the cards of the ringside judges. Take a look at how many punches were thrown. You can see just disproportionate.
A good accuracy level for Seldon.
All right, Michael Buffer has the officials' cards. Let's go to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official scoring. Milo Savage has the bout 40-35. John Stewart, 39-37, and Al DeVito scores it 39-36 for the winner, still undefeated Bruce, the Atlantic City Express Seldon.
So a unanimous win for Bruce Seldon, as you, I'm sure, agreed. He pounded out a big win over Jesse McGhee. We'll be back with more after this.